Generosity is the spirit and action of freely and frequently giving to others. It can also refer to an overall spirit of kindness, willingness to give or to share. Acts of generosity, such as giving your time, talent, or resources and expecting nothing in return. Generous individuals are personally more fulfilled, happier, and more peaceful within themselves. Generosity is the virtue of being liberal in giving. Generosity is giving to another person something of yours as an act of free will without obligation. Generosity requires an awareness of your own freedom. If you are giving to right or wrong, then you are acting from justice, not generosity. If you are giving out of a sense of obligation, you are acting from reciprocity, not generosity. If you are giving out of a sense of loyalty, you are acting from solidarity, not generosity. If you are giving out of a sense of self-interest, it is selfishness, not generosity. Generosity is your decision to act in opposition to hate, contempt, envy, anger, and even indifference. You will always be able to bring changes with kindness. No one can resist acts of kindness or words of kindness. Therefore, you can rest assured that you will change lives with kindness. As you plant seeds of goodness in other people's lives, no good deed gets lost, but it always brings forth results. This is why you can make changes with kindness, and the effects can be felt in the entire world. As you plant seeds of kindness, you are also impacting yourself. You become a person with desirable characters and virtues. You become the best version of yourself. You will be able to rise within yourself, a person who values humanity and loves to see people happy. As you make changes with kindness, you become a force that will cause a great impact on the society and people. It is important to remind yourself that small acts of kindness can make the world of difference, especially when the suffering in the world appears to be so overwhelming that you wonder you can do any good at all. Do you think that often it is those who have the most difficult lives that seem most able to be kind and open their hearts to others? It's something I seem to have found.
Let's say you want to help those who are mistreated by a dictatorship. You may have attempted to remove their government in the past by sending troops, but you soon discover that doing so often results in the deaths of numerous innocent people, and even then, there's no chance the dictator will be removed. The greatest time to help is before the country is taken over by a dictator. We need to practice or search a better method to support these people without causing suffering. It would be a wise investment in the future of peace if the young people gave the chance to study the democratic ways of governing by offering them scholarship. This is just one example of how considering and studying might help us in finding action that are more connected with loving kindness. It might already be too late if we wait till the poverty. We can discover the finest ways to practice compassion, loving kindness, and understanding if we practice the precepts with politicians, soldiers, business people, lawyers, artists, writers, and teachers. In Ho Chi Minh City, there are homeless street children who call themselves the dust of life, who spend their days wandering the streets and by night they sleep under the trees. They dig through the garbage heaps to find things like plastic bag and they sell it for 1 or 2 cents per pound. These children have been welcomed in the temples of the nuns and monks in Ho Chi Minh City, and if they stay for 4 hours in the morning to learn to read and write while playing with the nuns and monks, they will be given a vegetarian lunch. After that, they can have a nap in the Buddha hall. The children who stay for the afternoon receive dinner. These nuns and monks received support from the community and friends. A child can have lunch and dinner for 20 cents, and it will avoid them being on the streets where they might smoke, use bad language, and learn the worst behavior. There are so many simple ways we can do to help people, but because we cannot free ourselves from our situation and our lifestyle, we do nothing at all. By encouraging the children to go to the temple, we prevent them becoming criminals and going to jail in the future. Helping these kids takes time, not only with a significant amount of money.
I undertake to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. The feeling of generous is not enough. You also need to express it. You may feel that you do not have time, as people says. Time is money. But we all know that time is more than money. Life is more than using time to make money. Time is sharing of joy and happiness with others. Being generous is the best thing that you can do. You are practicing generosity. At the same time, you have helped a lot of people. Just like this man named Bax Yu from the province of Vietnam, who has been practicing generosity for 50 years. He is a living bodhisattva. Using a bicycle, he visits 13 provinces to bring something for every family in the village he visits. There was this one time when the communists took over and closed the school. Bax Yu continued with his generosity because this is his way of working formless. The orphanage, dispensaries, schools, and resettlement center were all shut down and taken by the government. Later that time, they think instead of raising money to build orphanage, they sought people in the West to sponsor a child. They found families in the villages to take care of the orphan. Then they spent $6 every month to that family to support the child and send him or her to school. As much as possible, the children will be placed to an aunt, uncle, or grandparents as they benefit to grow up in a family because they thought that if a child is an orphanage, it's like being in an army. They will not grow up naturally.
In Buddhism, we say there are three types of gifts. First is the natural resources. These natural resources created by nature and can be used by all human beings in this world. The example are land resources, natural gas, forest resources, precious metals, minerals and rocks, animal resources, wind power, solar energy, crude oil, and the water resources. This gift is very vital to all human beings because we can get foods, medicine, dress, or different things that we need in our daily basis. The second gift of Buddhism is to help people rely on themselves. The principle of helping people to help themselves is based on the assumption that people have the basic need and ability to improve their circumstances and environment. Ways that you can do this are providing them with assistance if needed, like taking them to or from treatment and helping them with a daily course. You could also encourage activities like exercises, going out to the dinner with friends, or watching a funny movie. Most importantly, don't avoid them. The third gift of Buddhism is the gift of non-fear. So live your life that the fear of death can never enter your heart. Trouble no one about their religion, Respect others on their views and demand that they respect yours. Love your life. Perfect your life. Beautify all things in your life. Seek to make your life long and its purpose in the service of your people. When it comes your time to die, be not those whose heart are filled with the fear of death, so that when their time comes, they weep and pray for a little more time. Live their lives over again in different ways. Sing your death song and die like a hero going home. The third gift emphasized that you should live your life to the fullest and just smile whatever it takes. Face the music and face all of your problems or trials in life, because God will help us and He will provide all our needs.
If you had an opportunity to help people by comforting their souls, feel safe, less afraid of the life and death, the assurance that even in the afterlife they're not alone. And that's what the heart of Sutra Avalokitesvara help us transcend fear, sorrow, pain, and transform us. Once you practice Dharma, your soul is traveling. It reflects of your past doings, imaginations that are not existed, and you want to experience it. But the other imagination is based on what you have done in your existence, and called it a duty of well-being. We mostly see ourselves with other people, but sometimes it gets in our mind. Am I the only one dying, and everyone is alive? But the other mind says, no, I am dying with millions of people. The second precept is a deep practice. Being with the person you love the most makes your pain away. When people are dying mostly, they love to spend all their loved ones. We like to spend the time and remaining strength to them, because we like to see that they are fine even if you're gone. You want to see their big smiles. You want to see them happy. You want to see them stable. Money is not important to you anymore. Money can't bring you into life. And while you're alive, you must know the quality of being with family and being grateful.